It's 10 o'clock over here in the West Coast, and my watch has suddenly just said it's 10 o'clock. Yes, I know. Thank you, Mr. Watch. But to my friends over on the East Coast and the South, Happy New Year. Boy, 2010 has been a thing. And being that it's the new year, I know by the time I actually post this thing, it'll be like probably around 11 o'clock or so. I don't know. But of course, I am, of course, the Tenkaichi of gaming, Pookie Izzy 7, otherwise known as Ichigo Musco. And, boy, it's been one hell of a month for me. And I know it's been one hell of. I mean, it has been one hell of a year for me. Forget the month, the year. Wow, this year has been hectic for myself and every one of us in here in Cali. We've been through so much, and yet, excuse me, we survived it. Yes, we survived it. We survived the worst of the worst, and I'm quite pleased with the end result of it. Right now, here in California, people are celebrating the year 3, 4 hours earlier than expected. Trust me, I'm no night out person. If I was, I would be grabbing a drink and going to hell. Now I'd be going to, of course, hell home. I wouldn't be out dancing and get myself drunk and smoking. I mean, that's what crazy people do. And I'm not crazy, just special. Specially trained for any at all situations of whatever life throws at me. That's how I am. Anyway, I prepared my own New Year's resolution. And it took me a while to actually think about this. And when I actually did do a recording of this, what happened was, upon playback, it didn't come out. So this time, as I am certain it will play back, and it better damn well play back. This is what I came down with. And believe me, mine is a little bit more detailed as I go into explanation of each part of my resolutions. They're simple, they're decent, and amongst most of it, excuse me, long day. For most of it, the way it comes out will be randomized. My first order of the new year will be my family. Now, of course, my family, as of late, we've been going through some stuff. I mean, we've been going through some stuff long before my mom had her, excuse me, stroke. Like I said, long day. Expect yawns. Um, yeah, we had quite a bit of a turbulent year here, and I think the third time my mom actually took her, the third time my mom had her stroke, it actually put everything in perspective. I mean, I love my mom. Don't get me wrong, I love my mom. I'm pretty sure the old man loves my mom too. But the thing is, we've been at each other's throats since. I don't know why. We've just been at each other's throats. Mainly, I'm the type of person who hates being provoked. And when provoked, depending on what's being said, I can turn into a beast. And, I've always had this problem since I was a child. I always had this issue. I shouldn't say problem. I always had this issue growing up that if ever I got provoked, unjustly provoked, I would get fairly ticked off. Fairly ticked off. To the point in which there will be fists. And those fists will be flying every which way. The likes in which I will go, something like that. Yes, I would go Kenshiro. Or I would go Lil Mac and just go one punch and down you go. But in any case, family is what's really important to me. And like I said, this whole year has been hectic for us. But by the end of this year, before the end of this year came, when my mom had a stroke, it was a time for us to actually get together and we as a family, we need to get rid of all the drama, all the mess that has been going on since, and really it's been better since because having so much drama for no apparent reason is not good for anybody. Save one person. And getting rid of this family drama, it's probably the best thing that has happened since. So I'm glad for that. So with that, with our family actually getting closer knit, especially what's been going on here, me doing, namely like taking care of the clothes, the dishes, and breakfast. Yes, I do take care of breakfast. If not, me, then the old man would. But there ain't no way in the world I'm going to trust him from Skillet. I speak truthfully about that. There is no way in hell I trust him from Skillet. Moving on. Another thing I plan to do is have more time to do my projects, especially my novels and Let's Plays. Since the two go hand in hand, well, as you can expect, Let's Plays take an incredible amount of time to do, especially if, for some apparent reason, I do them ahead of time. See, the thing is, I like doing things ahead of time. I don't like, making a rush job of things because I've done that last year. And a few games just got pushed out of the way and set to the back burner because I was doing this, and this. That means requests also. Now, I know I got a batch of requests to still do, and what I plan to do is actually take the time to actually do them on my own time. That means if I do a couple of parts, like say 3-4 parts in one night, I can get through the game a little faster than normal. And that is a good thing because that frees up more time for me to do other things. Mm. Like say my novels. But the thing with novels is they take time too. They take more time than doing an LP, because when you do a LP, you basically, depending on how long it's going to be, or how much content there is per game. I mean, the longest I've done so far, LP wise, was Super Robot Tyson Original Generation 1 and 2. They were both long as hell. And I put a lot of energy into them. And for what it's worth, I hope people really do respect what I do. I mean, it doesn't matter what I did to the game, just to say, oh, well, you put this in. Yes, I put it in. I said, everybody got their own game styles. I got mine. I do it so I don't have to rage, and I don't have to just like lose my mind and blow my stack, because I don't roll like that. That's not me. Um, Another thing, like I mentioned before, LPs and novels go hand in hand. Novels take longer because usually I don't really have time for myself. And when I do, I usually have to put aside for other things. Now, namely, like what's going on right now. Let me quickly change to the music station. So I feel like listening to some music after this is done. Namely, what I like to do is I like to take my time with things. I want to, present my work, you know, without little or no fuss. And regardless of it being a request or not, whether it's a feature or a request, I'd like to have time to do this stuff. I want to just basically just get through the game with little time as possible, and just move on to something else. Like I did with my compilation videos, I can't say I'm going to burn through every one of the games featured in said compilations. I mean, if they're all one shots, or if most of them are one shots, that's good. If they're going to take certain parts to do, that's still good, because, like I said, I plan to do things a little bit different this year instead of last year. One of the main things I plan to do is whatever time that I have for myself, like say from now to say 5 p.m. or 6, not 5 p.m. Now to 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. Because like I said, sometimes I do my work very late. So, depending on what happens, I'm just going to do certain parts. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts of this game. And I'm going to do 10 parts of this game. And, because, with me, I need to take my time with certain games. Certain games aren't, full of rushing and everything. Let me just move on to something else. Ah, yes. To go along with what I said before with time for projects and everything else, that means especially my novels. Considering that partnership is still pending, Yes, my partnership is still pending. Um, for the most part, I'm going to promote my work. I'm going to take my promotion though to a more personal level, and do it in person. You see, the thing I plan to do while I actually do it is I plan to actually bring my work to different different areas, different ventures and such. And also that means with along with work, along my shall I say career as an author, that also means I have to look into getting a financial basis of operations. Because I need funding for my work, that means I had to buy materials. I had to buy ink for my printer. I may think about upgrading upgrading to a smaller printer. Something that can somehow speed my work up faster when I actually do my novels, so that that won't take up so much time when I actually do printing and whatnot, or anything of that factor. It's one of the things as a writer I deem necessary, because really, really it's a big help, because time plays a factor, and mostly I want to make sure that when I present my work, not only will it sound good, but if but the story itself will flow good. You know, I mean that's the thing. That's the thing with me. So it's kind of like this. I take my career as an author quite seriously, even though I do not mention much about it. And to everybody else who is struggling to find a better job, you have my sympathies. I understand how it is trying to actually find yourself a good job, a good paying job. And like I said, as the way the economy is, all I have to say is you have my support. I mean, if you can't really find a good job, I mean, sadly, you're going to have to take whatever is available. But then again, you have to question yourself: is whatever terrible job worth the time, the energy, the effort, and much less the moral stability of your person? Some say yes, others say no. As for me, well, like I said, time plays a factor for me. And going back to family, the most important thing about my family is that the stability. Stability plays an important part of of my family. And to me, it should play as an important part. Um, by the way, if you're wondering about that logo, I made that off of WWE 13 in logo mode because, yeah, I needed something to say, yeah, this is me. You don't like it? Tough. So, it's a work in progress. It's not completely done, but this will probably be my new avatar on YouTube. Probably when it's done, or otherwise duly noted. But yeah, this is what I made in my spare time. When I'm not really doing anything, like when I'm not in the mood to let's play, I'm usually on the Xbox or the Wii, just playing a few games, or just watching a couple of battles take place, and just let the game play, and I can just rest and relax while that plays, and I'm just like, you know, catch a few winks. And no, I don't really think about blowing up my consoles up just by doing that. No, that's crazy. I've never, in my life, made any of my consoles blow up just because of over overplay abusage. That's just crazy. Go figure. 10 o'clock here. Craziness. Oh yeah. Another thing I plan. Another thing that I've actually wrote about was my wardrobe. It goes hand in hand with my weight. You see, I don't really have a weight problem. More like I have a wardrobe problem. You see, if you know how I look, well then you should know I'm not a big guy. I'm tall, but I'm not big. I don't really have a stomach on me. I like to eat, but the thing is my metabolism is like whenever I eat, I just tend to burn it out. It tends to burn away after such a time, and you're just like, oh, I'm smaller. I mean, don't be envious about it. I mean, it's not a problem for me, but it does lay a problem for my clothes, because most of the clothes I've ever had, they were the size of 2XL, borderline 3XL. And since I'm a bit smaller now, I can wear about a 38 in the waist. Um, that means usually, to that extent, yeah, I've lost weight because I've been keeping myself active. Every so often, I like to take a walk. Most people don't realize this, but if you take a walk, most people think jogging's the answer, but no. The real answer is taking a walk. You just take a walk somewhere. Give yourself about an hour. Find a place to rest. And then, just take a walk back. Walk back like I take a walk from my house to McDonald's. Back in the day when I was a teacher, it was from my house to 79th Street, because that's where my job was. And all I did was take a straight shot. And for the most part, it's like, whenever I left, it was around 10 o'clock. I showed up around 11. So therefore, there was time for me to actually get to the place, say hi, pass through the gate, get myself a drink from the cafeteria, then get to my station as soon as I get there. Until such a time as I basically stopped. So, like I said, my wardrobe is kind of a problem because what I wore, especially around my waist, always fell off me. So therefore, yeah, smaller is better for me, and that goes with cosplay too. Another thing I plan to do before AX, and like I said, this is going to be before AX. I'm going to get myself another cosplay outfit, and this time it will not. And this time the footage will not have carpet. It will have people. It will have faces. It will have asses. It will have boobs. You know, the good stuff. Oh, and merchandise too, for anybody who's wondering. But in any case, yeah, things change. So will I. I plan to also, going back to financial stability, when I am when I am set up and promoting my work and everything, I'm also going to check my contract to see if it's still good. As being a writer for my publishing company, and like I said, promoting work is by far the hardest thing to do as an author, and that's why every so often I have to mention my work. I have to mention my book because the more people that tend to listen, the more you're going to hear, oh, I didn't know he had a book. But, in any case, that's my actual goal. My actual goal is to actually get my work out there. Because, like I said, I want to work on both avenues. Not just online, but offline, dealing with people as well. People who will actually, you know, pun, will actually actually find my work, you know, interesting. Yes, interesting. That's the word I am looking for. Actually find my work interesting and pun. Yes, a dragon snorted burp. Yeah, there you go. For those who are wondering, yeah, I had a big dare. Um, no, but really, as I was saying before, in this case, I had to take my work. I had to take my work as an author very seriously because, like I said, I want to actually look down other avenues to actually bring my work into a different light. Transform it per se to something bigger, like say from novel to manga to by possibly a video game slash future, a video game slash future anime. I mean, that's my goal in life. My goal for my book is to actually reach anime status. If it can reach anime status, I'm happy with that. I mean, like I said, I'm already working on the third book of the series, and I've already done the first, second, and last books of the series. I only need to do the origins of the tale of the entirety of the saga, and I'm gonna say this right now. Volume 3 is gonna have the cast of the RCO in it. In different forms, but this is what's going to happen. Different forms of the art, different forms of everyone. You guys are actually going to be in this book. So it is a great undertaking I'm putting in here. It's like a tribute. So, like I said, the way I have most of everyone in typecasted in said book that I'm working on right now, it's quite funny. And by the time that I am actually done, I'm going to be honest, it will be done by this year. When, I can't say, but it will be done by this year. And going back to my channel, as I mentioned, my partnership is still pending. I'm just going to leave it at that. But I feel later down the line, I want to make a secondary account, and the secondary account will be a shared account with the members of the group. So let's say Sheena plays something, and don't hate. She's a good gamer. She's just like me. She just takes after me a bit. So let's say Sheena has something on her channel. She could put it on the RCO channel. So it's like two channels, and just in case, it's like all our accounts are linked. It's like not only is there a group channel, but there's we have our individual channels. So I'm kind of thinking of branching out the RCO name. I mean, if it sounds good, let me know. If not, But I'm just sharing it. I mean, this is something I really did give a good mind to, because we as a group should branch out just a teeny bit, not too much. I mean, for those who want to contribute, you can. And those who don't worry about it. But it's something that I've been kind of mulling over quite some time. It's been like a short time. But yeah, guys. I mean, it has been a great 3 years as us being a group. We've actually hit 100 videos and growing. So that is really saying something. I mean, really, that is really saying something. That kind of says, we haven't just had fun with the thing. We've done things together as a group. We've done things together as a group in our combined efforts, and regardless of our viewpoints, ours just stays the same. We're all gamers. We all have a shared perspective of what's going on in life and in the media terms and everything. We're all gifted individuals, and regardless of what's going on, we have to share what's going on with how we feel about the world and everything else. But, as I said before, we're a group. And you guys have been the most enjoyable bunch of people I've ever met. I do mean it from the bottom of my heart. You guys know who you are. And I do mean it in the most humblest, heartfelt ways. You guys are the most awesome group of people I've ever met. And I am glad to be part of your lives as much as you are part of mine. For the last 3 years LPing on YouTube, and the last 6 years being on YouTube. So it has been a wonderful, and I do mean wonderful, 3 years. Being not only the Tenkaichi of gaming, not only the underdog of the underrated, but just by being me. and being able to share what's been being able to go beyond an LPer. Sharing what's going on in my life with the rest of y'all. And to those I deem my friends, I really want to say, domo arigato. So with that, yeah, the future I feel is looking bright. Things are going to change for the better, namely in my life. And I hope everybody else. I pray for both of you, Big and Ryu. I hope you guys actually find a job that is not only respectable in whatever your strengths are, but I really hope they really do pay well, as well as they not only pay well, but they treat you more like a human than that of a beast or a slave or whatever it is. And I do mean that in the most sincere form possible. In any case, ladies and gentlemen, 2013 has kicked in over at the east and the south side of the world. Over here where I am in California, I still got an hour and a half left before 2013 shows up. And with that, folks, this has been my last video for 2012. So I'd like to thank you for watching, listening, and supporting me for the last couple of years. I have been the Tenkaichi of gaming, the underdog of the underrated, and the most hardest working LPer in California. Pookie Izzy 7. And I wish you all the best. So take care, God bless, and always remember, Tenkai Musou! Later.